Hey everyone, it's Matt from zenshop, and today I've got an awesome update with all the new fantastic changes that are happening in zenshop. It's been a while since I've done an update, but it's not without good reason. A lot of these changes required kind of a huge amount of effort really to get them into production, but they've just been pushed now and available to users. So I wanted to give an update as soon as possible on these new changes. So I think I mentioned in the past, custom email domains were on the horizon, and this is the main headline feature for the new release. In addition to this, we've also got personal mailboxes. You can also create multiple mailboxes. And we've got a bunch of onboarding changes, branding changes, and just quality of life improvements for Zenshop. Yeah, I want to run you through some of the updates and show you them how we got here as well, a little bit behind the scenes with the technical stuff, and of course some the future work that I'm going to be doing on new improvements for Zenshop. So in front of us, you can see the new onboarding look and feel. So like onboarding is one of the most important steps in the life cycle of the app, because of course, if users can't onboard and get using Zenshop, then it's pretty much useless, right? So I wanted to make onboarding a little bit better. We're always going to keep improving onboarding and making it even more awesome. But here is our current release. And I took a little bit of inspiration from Planet Scale. I really love Planet Scale's website and look and feel. So the banner at the top is this colorful banner, and what it does is it just shows you which step you are along the onboarding. And we've also got, I can refresh the page, a little bit of animation going on. So each of the little dialogues will like pop in and animate. And if I click continue and go to the next step, you can see the dialog box also animates in, and the step that you are in the onboarding process is shown in the banner. Um, so mailboxes is obviously the new feature for this big release. And I've done a little few changes as well in the onboarding to accommodate this. Um, and it's not just related to custom email domains either. We've actually made some changes to the existing ZenMail approach of getting new mailboxes. One of the changes was in the past, users were prompted to create a subdomain of our ZenMail address, which is basically ZenShop's own domain for sending email. And then each store would create their own little subdomain for their own personal mailbox. However, now what we do is we actually fill this in for you, and this is going to use your Shopify domain. So it's no different from your Shopify domain, like awesomestore.myshopify.com, but instead of my Shopify, it has Zenmail. Um, so this is really good because for non-technical users, they might not even know what a subdomain is, right? So I want to make it as easy as possible to get going. And also, it reduces the time to create the mailbox. What we can actually do is create this subdomain ahead of time as soon as they click install app. The worker process can be out there provisioning a subdomain for them. All they need to do is create the actual address part of the email, which is actually just a database record. But the subdomain provision happens faster now. So that's really good. So we've made it easier to install Zenshop, and we've also made it quicker to get going. Now, there's obviously this new button here, which I'm really excited to show you, which you click, and you can now type in your own domain for Zenshop. So this requires for more technical understanding of how to get email set up, because using your own domain requires the user to go to their DNS and make these changes that we ask them to do. and then I have to then wait for those DNS changes to happen and propagate before mail can be received from the custom domain to Zenshop. So that was why it was quite complicated to do that, because of course making changes which depend on someone else's input to third-party services requires more polling and flexibility and error handling than I've had to do with just doing things myself with the Zenmail domain. But I think this is working well. And now that it's live in production, which I'm really happy about, we've got stores which are keen to use this feature already, and they will start using it next week, I'd imagine. Um, so that was the onboarding changes mostly. We've got this beautiful banner at the top, some little bit animations, and some under the hood technical changes for bug fixing and improvements here. And that was also mostly the changes for the mail. But I can also show you the other half of it as well. So it doesn't just extend to the onboarding. You've also got in the mailbox settings some changes here. So you can now create multiple mailboxes. So I've done a little test here on my test store, but you can also create support, like returns. And these mailboxes could be assigned to different teams within your organization. So you might have a returns team or a support team, something like this. So in future, we'll be able to leverage this more and make it more useful. But right now, I just wanted to make the ability for users to create their own separate mailboxes. And we've also got the ability to have personal mailboxes. So I've done some work on this too. So what this allows you to do is create a mailbox specific to a user. So for example, Matt here has Matt at Teststore. And Matt can now receive email to his own personal mailbox and have it come in and assigned to him directly. So this could be really useful for stores which have like VIP customers or uh, uh, people who are important to the store and they want to have a personal communication with that user. We can support that with personal mailboxes. So yeah, these are the changes for mailboxes. Really happy to have this launched. Um, I wanted to actually give a little insight into how we got here, because this is an important release, not just from the feature point of view, but also the technical underpinnings of ZenShop. So I'm going to just quickly zip over to Railway, and now you can see in Railway we've got two environments. So we've got staging and production. So in the past, I just had production, which is the live environment that everyone is using for ZenShop. But we've also now got a staging environment, which is essentially a copy of production, but used for testing. So it uses less resources. It uses a slower database, but it's very much similar to production. And what this allows me to do is test or fully test all of the feature changes that we're doing before they get released to production. Um, because doing infrastructure changes and big changes like the mailbox change required more testing than simply making small changes to production and then pushing them and then launching them. Um, so, like, staging is going to be really, really helpful now for doing the following updates that I'm planning to do post this release. So we've got SMS integration coming and Instagram integration coming and Aftership integration coming. So there's a lot of integrations coming to ZenShop, additional to what we've already got already with Shopify, Mailboxes, and Discord. So those are free integrations currently, but we're going to have more integrations happening soon. And with the addition of new integrations comes more complexity for the back end and the front end and all the pieces moving together. So it's going to be really, really useful now to have a full staging environment that lets me test all those changes. Um, yeah, but so far the release of this feature has gone really quite smoothly. I'm checking the communication flow that's coming into ZenShop and making sure it's not disrupted. It haven't seen any major bugs yet, but I will be looking out for them like a hawk. Thank you so much for watching. I'll give updates as soon as possible on cool stuff that's happening on Zenshop, whether it's Instagram or SMS. And yeah, see you soon. Thank you so much for subscribing. Talk to you soon. Bye.